Hello students, let us read this question. Using divisibility test, determine which of the following numbers are divisible by 4 and by 8. So we have given a bunch of numbers, and from this number using divisibility test we have to identify the numbers which are divisible by 4 and 8. So let us first understand the divisibility test for number 4 and 8. So for in order to have a number which is divisible by 4, we have to check the last two digits of the number, and if the last two digit numbers are divisible by if the last two digits of the number are divisible by 4, then we can say that the whole number is also divisible by 4. And similarly for in order to be divisible by 8, we have to check last three digits of the number, and if the last three digits of the number are divisible by 8, we can say that the whole number is also divisible by 8. Now let us consider the first example. So it is 572. 572. So for in order to be check for the divisibility by 4, we will consider only the last two digits and will check whether it is divisible by 4. So we know that 18 fours are 72. So it will be 0. So we can say that since 4 is divisible by 72, so therefore we can say that 572 is divisible by 4. Similarly, for in order to check for the divisibility by 8, we will consider the last three digits. So it will be 572. Now you know that 8 sevens are 56. It will be 12. 8 ones are 8. So we will left it 4. So since it is not divisible by 8, we can see that since the last three digits are not divisible by 8, we can say that therefore 572 is not divisible by 8. Similarly, let us consider the next. So it is 7,26,352. 7,26,352. 7,26,352. Okay. So for in order to check for divisibility by 4, we will consider the last two digits. So it will be 4. Now we know that 13 fours are 52. So it is divisible by 4. So therefore, we can say that the number is divisible by 4. And let us consider the divisibility by 8 also. So it will be 8 fours are 32, and it will be 32 again. So 8 fours are again. So since the digits are divisible by 4 and last two digits is divisible by 4 and last three digits also divisible by 8. So we can say that therefore uh, the number is divisible by both 4 and 8. Now let us consider the next. So we have 5,500. 5,500. So in order to check the divisibility by 4, we will again consider the last two digits. Now we can say that 4 zeros are 0 and 4 zeros are 0. So we can see that it is divisible by 4, and for 8 we will consider the last three digits. So we will have 500. Now 8 6 are 48, so we will add 20. So 8 2s are 16. So we left with 4. So we can see that the last two digits are divisible by 4. So we can say that 5,500 is divisible by 4 but not divisible by 8, as the last three digits are not divisible by 8. Now the next number is 6,000. So 6,000. So here we will consider the last two digits and we will consider the last three digits. Now we know that 0 is divisible by 4. So it will be we can see that these numbers, the number 6,000, Therefore, we can say that 6000 is divisible by both 4 and 8. Now let us consider the next. So it is 12,159. 12,159. So for 4 we will have last two digits. So it will be 4 ones are 4, 19, 4 4s are 16. Is it 3? So we can say that it is not divisible by 4. So therefore the number is also not divisible by 4. Similarly, we will have last three digits for check the divisibility by 8. Now 8 ones are 8. So we will have 7 here, 79. 8 nines are 72. So we will get 7 again. So therefore we can say that since the last two digits and three digits are not divisible by 4 and 8. So therefore the number is not divisible by both 4 and 8. So the given number is not divisible by 4 as well as 8. Now next is 14,560. 14,560. So 4, we know that 15 fours are 60. So this is divisible by 4 and last digits are 560. Now we know that 8 sevens are 56. So 870, 8 into 70 will give us 560. It is divisible by 4 and 8. So therefore the number is divisible by both 4 and 8. Now consider the next. So it is 21,084. 21,084. Now for 4 it will be 2s are 1s are, so it is divisible by 4. Then for 8 we will have again the last three digits, so it is 084, so we can write it as 84. Now 8 ones are 8, 0, 4. Now 8 zeros are 0, so we left with 4. So we can say that the number 21,084 is divisible by 4 but not divisible by 8. Now let us consider the next. So we have 3179 H 3179 5072 5072. So for 4 we will consider the last two digits, so it will be 18 again. 18 fours are 72, so it is divisible by 4. Then 72 again, so we know that 9 eights are or 8 nines are 72, so it is divisible by 8. So we can write here that therefore the number is divisible by both 4 and 8. Now let us consider the next example. So it is 1700. 1700. So for 4 we have 0, so it is divisible by 0. It is divisible by 4, and for 8 we have 700. So we can say that 8 eights are 64. So we left with 6 and 0. So again 8 sevens are 56 and we left with 4. So we can say that the given number, since it is the last two digits are divisible by 4, we can say that therefore the number is divisible by 4, but it is not since the last three digits are not divisible by 8, and we can say that not divisible by 8. I and J. So 2150. 2150. Now to check for 4, we will consider the last two digits. So it will be 4 ones are 4. We left it 10. 4 twos are 8. So we left it 2. So we can say that the number is not divisible by 4. Similarly, for 8, we will consider the last three digits. So 8 ones are 8. We left with 7 and 0. 8 8s are 64. So we again left with 6. So since it is not divisible by 4 and 8, we can write, therefore the number is not divisible by 4 and 8. In this question, we have used the divisibility test by 4 and 8 to check whether the given number is divisible by 4 and 8. So I hope you have understood it well, and thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.